boom, boom, boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. How, 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 how.
Lake Havasu, Classic Car Night on the Boulevard. This is Southwest Custom Classic Cars, the Gears and Beers Event Edition. In this broadcast, we're going to show you our Boulevard Car Show. There are many in this country, but this is one of the best. Vehicles from all over the country are trailered here for the winter months. And as you can see in here, folks in Lake Havasu will tell you that if you're interested in showing your car here, it had better be good. Some of the biggest trophy winners in the country call Havasu home. Now, in this broadcast, we also have a segment from the Eye on Havasu. Our cameras visited perhaps the largest street crafts show that took place over this past weekend, and we will also look at the upcoming Mark Hahn 300-mile jet ski endurance race that will take place on the 27th. Racers are here from all over the world for this event. But the jewel of this broadcast is a 1932 Ford. It's a 32 Ford pickup cab married to a 1930 frame with a blown 350 cubic inch power plant. New wood frame mini bed and new interior, and I'm pretty sure you've never seen a vehicle like this before. Even better, as the owner says, it's road ready. Buy it and drive it. Yep, this very unusual custom is for sale by the owner. I want you to meet our 1932 Ford pickup first, then I'll tell you how you can bid on this really unusual custom and park it in your garage. Take a look at this week's Custom Classic, our 1932 Ford pickup.
(1932) Ford. It's a pickup truck cab that's been channeled 9.5 inches, sitting on a 1930 frame. I bought it out of Maine. I bought it on the website. Had it shipped out here. When I first bought it, it had a Mustang front end on it, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I had that cut off and I put a drop axle on it. It was done by Orange County Customs when I lived in California. Motor is a 350 with a blower on it, and it's got a Ford automatic transmission with a Ford rear end. Got a small cam in it. I don't know what size, to tell you the truth, but I bought the motor already put together, and bought the motor in there, and I bought the blower setup from my brother-in-law who lives in Colorado. He bought it for one of his cars, and he never used it, so I bought it from him. Mechanics here in town, they put the blower on, and it's got two carburetors, two four-wheel carburetors. Don't know what size they are. The radiator came with the car. I had it cored out and everything when I got the car to make sure everything was running good there. And all the brake lights work, race light, it's got turning signals, headlights work, high beams work. It's road ready. It's got a drop front end axle on it. And it's got new interior. It's got a wooden bed. It's got a spun aluminum moons gas tank in the back. And we put it on a dyno before we put it in the car, and it dynoed out at 700 horsepower. So whether it is 700 horsepower or not, I have no idea, because I haven't even opened up the second carburetor yet, because it's a little bit scary in that type of a cab. It's always been kept in the garage, so it hasn't faded a bit. And the paint job's it's kind of a maroon color. I did not do the work. It's all done by professionals. The motor was built by a guy here in town that used to subcontract to Magic Boats. When they went out of business, he lost his job, so he's working out of his backyard now, but he's still a professional. And the frame was done. The frame was done by Orange County Customs, California. And the rims, I bought the rims and the tires, because when I bought the car, it had fat tires in the back and regular tires in the front. And I like the white wall effect, like the old school hot rod, so I put that on there. The interior was done by a guy in California also, actually 2 doors down from Moon's Equipment, and I bought the gas tank from Moon's Equipment in Santa Fe Springs.
That's some classic vehicle, am I right? You heard the owner, nearly 700 horsepower on the dyno. I'm thinking that should just about put this little pickup into orbit someplace. All right, so we have already received some texts Some folks want to know how they can own it. You have seen the selling price, $28,950. But we know there is a price that's a little below that the owners will accept. They will consider a high bid. Here's what you need to know. Send your bid in email form on this 1932 Ford Custom pickup to highbid@southwestcustomclassiccars.com. We know that that's a lot to type, so we've tried our best to shorten it. You can also send your email bid to highbid@southwestccc.com. So while you crank up your computer to offer your best bid on this little 1932 pickup beast, follow along with us while we walk the Boulevard cars of Havasu. This is Boulevard Sights and Sound Bites. Take a look.
A 55 Dodge Red Ram Hemi. A lot of people put Chevys in, but I'm not a particular Chevy lover, so I wanted to go outside the box a little. I used to drive a truck years ago that had this motor in it. I overhauled one when I was a kid. I thought that'd be a neat motor to put in there because it's got a lot of power. About 180, and the flathead would have been 100. But this is a baby one. This is only 241 cubic inches, which is very small for a Hemi. Havasu color paint. Color is called Raspberry Pearl, which is a discontinued paint. They don't make it anymore. But anyway, to get this hue, I had to paint the car black first. It was a total frame off. It's the same color underneath as it is on top. And if you take the upholstery out, the inside of the car is all the same color inside. It was totally gutted and all in pieces. Yeah, it's all been re-chromed, and one of the reasons probably why it's good is because I searched for 5 years to find all the new old stock stuff I could get, and of course they're box worn, so I took them to my plater and had them plated. But he had good solid material to plate from, so that's why they're a little better than the norm would be. The transmission is a 700 R4 automatic overdrive, and then the Ford is the rear end is a Ford 9-inch with a 370 posit gear. And everything on the car is actually functional. The spotlights work, and the lakes pipes are hooked up. And actually, I won World of Wheels twice, 2010 and 2011 in Chicago. 2010, I was Good Guys Custom Car of the Year finalist. And out here at Run to the Sun, I won top 10 spot out here.
What we have here is a 1953 Kaiser Henry J. It was named after the owner of the Kaiser Corporation. His name was Henry J., so he named the car after himself. There's only a little over 2,000 of them made in 3 years' time. This one was the last year's production, had an actual trunk in it. And they didn't make too many of them. They did make a cousin to it. Sears tried to market them through the Sears catalog. They were known as the Allstate, but they were actually a Henry J. I made it into a Pro Street model. It has a 350 cubic inch small block Chevy, produces over 400 horse, a turbo 400 automatic transmission with a 9-inch 4-link Ford rear end. It has jade green metallic paint. It's been pretty much gone through from one end to the other. It has custom made interior, dash, Dakota digital gauges. Pretty much it. 16-inch wide Mickey Thompson tires in the back. And at will, at 20 miles an hour, you can just light them up and smoke them for as many blocks as you want to stand on it.
Every week we try and bring you a few of our custom classic cars from the boulevard in Lake Havasu. And you thought we were just a lake. Well, we have both. And a little more. This past weekend, Lake Havasu hosted perhaps the largest craft street show in the West. And on the 27th, we're host to the longest jet ski race in the world, the 300-mile Mark Hahn Endurance Race, the most exciting part being the Le Mans start. It's the only one like it. Take a look at the Eye on Havasu, Winterfest, and the Mark Hahn 300.
Away from start, 11 minutes away from start. So now's the time. Let's get it in the water, turn them around, let's get the vehicles out, all trailers out, and we're going to get ready to start this. All hookers, dogs, all small children and dogs have to leave the pit. Scoring tower is the transducer wire. Anything else? Here it is. Once again, there's no lanyards on the boat. Everybody's up by between the two white flags. If you're outside on the other side of the boathouse, you're at the white flag level. Push me out. Do not go until you hear the sound of the shotgun blast. All right, best of luck to all you racers. 30 seconds, riders, 30 seconds. Woo-hoo! 20 seconds, you're under starter's orders.
find here in Lake Havasu some of the best custom classic cars in the country and some of the best events in this country as well. You can find us on the west side of the Colorado River in Arizona at southwestcustomclassiccars.com and lakehavasu.live.com. Wherever you do find us, stay in touch. We have another amazing custom classic car next week, a 1951 Ford shoebox. You also could own that. Stay tuned. Until then, I'm Tom Tellis for Southwest Custom Classic Cars and Lake Havasu Live. Thanks for watching. Adios.